Welcome back, viewers. Today we're working on a 2006 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Uh, it's had some issues. It's been parked for quite a while, from what I understand. It's been parked for about a year. Anyway, what I'm doing is, well, let's start from the beginning when I got involved with this project. When you go to start it, all it would do is crank and crank. It would crank for a long time, but it eventually would start. Engine light was on, obviously. So I checked the codes, scanned for codes, whatever you want to say. Saw that it had multiple misfires and crank sensor code. Uh, so this is a V8 4.7 liter engine. Crank sensor is down on the passenger side of the block. Goes in the side of the block, not in the bell housing. There's a 3-wire plug. Anyway, this is part of the harness. Runs down through there and along the side of the block and plugs into the sensor. What had happened with this vehicle was it got mice in it, and the mice ate the crank sensor wiring. So I had to repair the wiring, and so I got that done, and Jeep starts right up and runs. However, the random misfire or multiple misfire code was still there. So that's what leads me into this video. For those of you that want to change your spark plugs in your Jeep and you don't know how to go about doing it, well, this is kind of a how-to on how to do that. All right, so the first thing you have to do is remove the duct and the air box. All right, so you've got your 2 clamps. Take a screwdriver, loosen this clamp, the one up at the air box, remove the duct. Then you have a bolt right there under the air box, and also right there. Take those 2 bolts out. It's a 10 millimeter headed. You need a 10 millimeter socket to do that. Also, take your screwdriver and you'll have a band clamp here on the back side of the box. So that's where that'll be. All right, now, and what you want to do at that point is get a same 10 millimeter socket. I've already done most of them here. So this is what they call a coil on plug system, ignition system. So you remove your coil with the 10 millimeter, see the stud there, 10 millimeter socket. And then you just pull your coil out. And down inside there, I don't know if you can see it because it's dark. Let me get a flashlight. Here's your spark plug. And you got 4 of them on each side because it is a V8. Bear with me here. All right, so you run your spark plugs out with your spark plug tool, and then just take a piece of rubber hose that fits over the spark plug, and you pull it out. All right, this is the new plug. Put your anti-seize on there, and get it started with the rubber hose, and then you should be able to pull it off, see? And then you just run it in the rest of the way with your spark plug socket. Now with anti-seize on your fresh, clean spark plugs, most people, they'll go ahead and seat the plugs and snug them down. These have an indexing washer or a crush washer, or whatever you want to call it. So it's all the way tight now. Just take and back it off about 4 turns and then screw it back in tight, because I have seen in many instances where people put the anti-seize on, tighten up the spark plug, and just go on down the road. And that's fine if that's what you do, but the problem with that is you didn't really get enough anti-seize in the threads of the cylinder head. And so that's why you should do that. All right, and then just snug it down. Like I said, you got the indexing washer in there. In drag racing, we call them indexing washers. On everyday drivers, they're crush washers, I guess. And then just run them all down till they're snug, and then tighten them up. All right. All right, so you get the gist of that. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more on this project, so when I get it done or what have you, let me know. Oh, side note or whatever. One other issue this vehicle has is the engine. All right, hold on, let me find my flashlight again. The engine grounds. You have a body ground right there. See the little stud there with a nut on it? Notice there's no ground strap. Well, they do rot out on these vehicles, and they turn to dust and they fall apart. Right there. So you have this one. It's just it runs to the bolt on the back of the head. And as you can tell, they are not fun to get to. And then once you get to the bolt of the bolt in the back of the head, you find out that there's another ground strap that runs off of it as well. And let's see, that's this one. So I will have to locate it and see where it goes, because now it's not even there, because it also broke off. I'm pretty sure it's the ground for the injection harness. This guy here, somewhere in there. So now I've got to get in there with a mirror and see where it does go, and make necessary repairs. So this is definitely fun. Yay. All right, guys. If you want to help the channel grow, leave a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up. If you got a question, leave it in the comments. I do check my messages regularly. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. And click all. Wow, that's a lot of stuff for you to do. So anyway, you think YouTube would make it easier for people to subscribe and get notifications all with one touch. If I knew how to do it, I would propose it to YouTube and see if we could make this a little easier. But anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to get back to work. If you want to see more on this project, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one.